Was the story of the tree and the child. It's one of my favorite stories because not only is it a beautiful story to tell, it has this wonderful message, and it's a very inspiring message too. So here's a little story of the tree and the child. There was this huge tree, mature, big, full of green leaves, in a forest close by to where a child lived. And the child would spend many days on the weekend and holidays climbing up that tree, because it had these low branches you can climb up very easily, sitting in the tree, sort of playing games in the tree. And because it went up into that tree so often, one day the little child thought, it'd be nice if I can do something more in this tree. And this tree, trees are beings. You can't just say that, they haven't got any consciousness. And the tree could communicate with this little kid and say, why didn't you take some of my branches and build a little tree house? And the kid got this idea and built this really nice little tree house up in the tree. And even though it meant breaking off twigs, the tree was actually quite happy that, its friend, this little kid, could make a wonderful tree house, in the top of the tree or the middle of the tree, and could spend even more time in the tree. Because the tree actually loved this little kid. And so the kid would spend a lot of time in the little tree house. And after a while, the kid had to go to school, and he spent less and less time in the tree. And the tree house started to fall apart. And the tree was actually quite sad. And then one day, the kid came back again, but now he was a teenager. And the tree thought, oh, thank you, you're coming back again. Look, even the old tree house has fallen apart, but there's many other branches. You can make another tree house, a bigger one now. You've grown up. And the kid said to the tree could understand the kid. He said, no, I don't need a tree house anymore. I'm too big for that now. I'm going to university soon, and I can't really afford it. I don't know what to do. And the tree said, look, there's lots and lots of fruit coming soon. Because I'm coming to that point where I'm going to make lots of fruit. I'm going to make lots for you, so please take the fruit and go and sell it. And with the money you make from the fruit, you can actually go and pay your university fees. So the tree put forth extra effort that year and got so much fruit, and the kid collected all of it, picked every last fruit, and went to sell it, and that was how he managed to get through that first year of university. And every year afterwards, the tree got more fruit every year, really putting more effort, and that's the way the kid got through university. And that really tired out the tree. And after the 4th year, the kid came back again, and the tree said, do you want some more fruit? He said, I'm in big trouble now. He said, I'm going to get married. And I don't know how on earth I'm going to pay for all of this. And the tree said, look, we're friends. I've known you since you were small. I'm going to get double fruit this year. You just come back in a few weeks and just see. And this poor tree put every bit of energy and effort and life it had to get so much fruit, and it almost killed it to produce so much fruit. But the kid came along, and there was so much fruit, collected it all, sold it all, and had enough money to actually to get married. And afterwards, the poor tree was actually badly injured, wounded. It lost all its energy just working so hard to make more fruit than it really should have done. But nevertheless, the tree was happy. It helped its friend. But as for the kid, it didn't come back again for 2 or 3 years. And when it did come back, he said, I need something more now. I'm going to have a baby soon. I need a house. And the tree said, I can't produce any more fruit. I was damaged producing that double fruit last time. But, said the tree, I've got these very big branches. Take those branches and build yourself a house. And the kid thought, but it will really damage you. He said, no, I really would want you to have these branches. Come tomorrow with a saw, take this one and this one. These are very big branches, lots of very strong wood. You can build a wonderful house. So the kid came the next day and saw most of the big branches off the tree. Without those branches, couldn't have any twigs, couldn't have any leaves, couldn't have any fruit. That almost killed that tree. But the tree was very happy, managed to supply this beautiful wood so the friend could build a house for their family. Never saw the kid for another 4 or 5 years, and the tree was half dead anyway. But the kid came back again, now about 30, and said, "Tree, I hate to say this, but I need something more from you. I'm starting a business now, carpentry business, making furniture. Can I please take your trunk?" And the tree said, "That's all I've got left. But I'll be so happy to give it to you. Because I really care for you, and I want you to do well in life. You got a kid, you got a family, you do need something to sort of feed your kids and look after your family and buy things for them and send them to good school." He said, "Come and take my trunk. It's very good, it's really strong inside." So the next day, the kid saw the trunk of the tree, took it away and started his business. And the tree never saw him for about 30, 40 years. Now just because you take the trunk down doesn't mean the tree died. So many years later, the old child came again. He was an old man now. And he said, "I just come back here for nostalgia. I remember all those wonderful days I had when I was a young kid, climbing up you. I remember all those wonderful things which you helped me with. You know, you gave me your twigs to make a nice little tree house. I had so much fun making the tree house and living in you. I remember all the fruit you gave me to go to university, the incredible amount of fruit you gave me, which almost killed you so I could get married. And the branches which I made my house out of, and even the trunk, which made me have a business which was quite successful." He said, "But now I haven't come to ask you for anything." The tree said, "Pretty good job, because there's nothing else to give. But I just come to say thank you. I've had a wonderful life, thanks to you." And the old tree said, "Actually, I have still got something to give you. You're very old now, and you need to rest. Lay down your head on my roots, and I can just support you just for a few more times." So the kid, now an old man, laid his head on the roots of this tree, which had helped him all his life, and fell into a nice quiet sleep. And the tree was so happy. That is a simile. The tree stands for your parents, your mum and dad, who would give everything for you, just like the tree gave little twigs so the kid could build a little tree house. How many of you have had little children and they climb all over you, putting your putting their feet in your mouth or whatever it is, and you love it. You're just so happy to have your kids just play with you. And then later on, when they go to university, you just work so hard, saving money, getting loans from the bank which you can't really afford, just to make sure they get a good education. When they get married, last Sunday I performed 2 marriage services, and you see the parents just so proud. They give anything just to see their daughter, their son, just so happy. And the tree would give just twice as much fruit as it could possibly afford, because just loved seeing the children happy. And then of course, building a house, where does your deposit come from for many of you? Your mum and dad. Even though it says superannuation, they cash it in for you, help you with your business all your life. And in the end, all they really want is for you to lay down your head on their lap, because they will love you forever. Doesn't matter what you ask for, even if it kills them, they give it to you. That tree are your parents, and you are that little boy. You are that student. You are that boy about to get married, wanting a house, starting a job. just wanting a rest. They're just so happy just to see